Alright, class of the session. This is Professor Ganymede. We got some more viewer gameplay that we're gonna analyze. And we got Gaming Friendz on Council and Art. He submitted his overwatch gameplay. Now, this guy is ranked 35. And we're gonna see why he's ranked 35. And we're going to educate him on how to be higher than rank 35. So keep that in mind as we watch this gameplay for the educational value. Alright, so we got Lucio coming here. What's going on? Let's see what he does. He kind of speeds out the gate. That's good. Getting the speed on. I mean, you don't want to. Okay, so right now, he's leading the charge for his team. You definitely don't want to be doing that. You, as Lucio, are the support character. It is your job to play back and support them. You have a Reinhardt. Allow your Reinhardt to go and charge in. It is also not your job to do damage. The best way to spend your time is playing back, trying to find some elevation, and healing your team. You see this little number. Let me break it down here. You see this little number right here. That's how many people you have in your aura range. And when you're over here in the yellow, that's how many people. That's your healing. So if you're healing one person, there are 5 members on your team. Ideally, you always want to be healing around 3 people, never below that. Ideally, you want to actually go 4 to 5 people, but you always want to be healing around 3 people. You need to be around your team. It is not your job to do damage. And under here, this healing +6. This shows how much, this shows how much on fire you are, but it also gives you an idea how much you're healing. I believe the equation is for every 1 you're healing 5 per second, I believe, or something like that. But it gives you a good idea of how much you're healing. You want this to be a lot. You want this to be consistent. So you want to be around your team. You don't want to go do damage. You're not the tank. You're not the DPS player. You're the healer. Now what's happening here is this person is isolated from his team, which makes him easy to kill. If you're dead, you're not around to do your job. Your job is to support your team. You want to be alive for that. Now your team. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Not sure what he's doing there. Now you wanna get to your team as fast as possible, using your speed buff as you spawn. Also, you want to check the HUD. Check your HUD just to see whether or not anyone who died is going to be spawning anytime soon. So then you can speed buff your team to combat. Now, even though he's not moving, you're actually doing he's actually doing his job. He's staying back and he's healing his team. Now he got killed by that Reaper, because he wasn't really, he didn't notice the Reaper there. What you want to do to prevent that from happening in the future is you want to bring up your HUD so you can see the composition of the enemy team. So then, based on the enemy team's composition, you can adjust your play. You see that there's a Reaper. What you want to do is check for flanking positions. Use your ears to listen out for his guns, so you know where he is, so you can avoid being close to him, because he may have an ult and you can get killed by his ultimate. Now, if he doesn't have an ult, with proper movement, you should not have you should not be dying to Reaper. Now that was a decent ult. You ulted from the ground. Now in this area, you don't really need to approach on the ground. If you were to use your movement, you can get to that elevation at the top of this. At the top of that building there, and be elevated. The reason you want to be elevated is you want to be safe. It's much harder to kill you if you're above the enemy. It's much harder for them to shoot you. You have a better line of sight to the enemy team, which means you can do damage more reliably, and you can call out the enemy team's positions and adjust your gameplay to them. So you pretty much always want to be elevated unless there's a specific reason, a really good reason not to be, like you're pushing the payload, or you want to go down and drop down some damage on this person who is very low, or you're pushing, or your team just got 2 kills on the enemy, and you want to speed buff your team and run in and finish off the rest of the enemy because it's now 6v4. Reasons like that are why you want to be on the ground, but primarily you want to be elevated. And you don't. So right now, you know, he's kind of running in, trying to get some damage on the enemy team. What he wants to do is actually try to regroup with his team instead of running in alone, healing them, and then using your abilities. Your AoE healing, that means you can heal multiple people. Pretty much, you heal everyone within line of sight who is within 30 meters of you. So you want to take advantage of that. The best way to play is taking advantage of the fact that you have AoE abilities. Even your ultimate is AoE, area of effect. That means you heal everyone. You affect everyone within line of sight who is within your range of 30 meters. So you want to be taking advantage of the fact that you are AoE hero. You want to be playing back. You want to be allowing your other teammates to move forward while you are in the back of the team, healing them, supporting them so they can do their job better. So, gaming friends on Calcin and Art, I really hope that helped you. You know, thanks for submitting your gameplay, everyone. If you want your gameplay analyzed by the professor, submit it in the comments below. This has been Professor Ganymede. Thanks for watching. Class dismissed.